questions raised by Buhari. In response, Tijani, the CEO of an IT hub, said he posted the tweet based on an experience at the Chinese embassy. Tijani's prolonged tough moment was not yet over before the lawmakers at the Senate Minority Leader representing Plateau North Senatorial District in person of Simon Muad Kwan read another non-patriotic tweet by Tijani, which was posted sometimes in 2021. So similarly, Senate Majority Leader representing Ekiti Central Senatorial District, Okoyemi Bamidele, described Tijani as an NSAS protester. So this morning on Smash Lens, this is what we'll be looking at. All of this regarding Boston Tijani and more of social media engagement, the life after our social media engagement. My name is Adiboye Oluwafemi, and joining with me live via telephone is Dotsun Ojon. But let's go on a very short break. When we come back, Smash Lens continues. Stay with us.
Listening to 88.1 Smash FM.
Yes, the Alert 545 promo is here again. Now, even more explosive than ever before. Over 90 million naira to be won. You can't afford to miss this season of excitement. To qualify, fund your account with 5,000 naira. Maintain an average account balance of at least 5,000 naira monthly. Make a minimum of 5 transactions monthly on Alert or *945 hash. And just like that, you could be 1 million naira richer. So download Alert today or transact without internet on *945 hash. Anytime, anywhere. Terms and conditions apply. Wema Bank, with you all the way.
Welcome, Daddy. What would you like to have?
Give me afang and the correct swallow.
How about you, Auntie?
Egusi and the better swallow.
You call my sister Mengeda and the correct swallow, right?
You know what's up. Golden Penny Semovita.
That's right. Golden Penny Semovita is my soup's first choice. Made with premium wheat and enriched with vitamins. It's the right combo for Nigerian soups. Golden Penny Semovita, my soup's first choice.
It's your chance to be a millionaire. Win big in the Hope Wallet promo. Hope PS Bank is giving away 2 million naira every week. Amazing, right? Open a Hope Wallet account and get 500 naira welcome bonus. Here's the best part. Transact 5 times or more in a week and start your journey to be a millionaire by winning 50,000 naira weekly. As Hope PS Bank gives away 2 million naira every week to existing and new customers. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. To get started, dial *569 *9 hash or download the Hope Digital app or visit www.hopepsbank.com. Terms and conditions apply. Hope, succeed. Hope Bank always.
All right, you're welcome back to Smash Lens on Smash 88.1 FM. So, yes, like I said earlier, we'll be talking about the Bosun Tijani's saga and, of course, the life after social media engagement as, as people. So, talking about this, in joining me in the studio live this morning, or via telephone rather, Dotun Ojo is on telephone to talk about this old Bosun Tijani saga. Good morning to you, Dotun Ojo. All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
All right. So, they say internet is faceless and, it never forgets. Are you also of the opinion, like some Nigerians, that Bosun Tijani's name should have been withdrawn from the list just as, Miriam Shetty was replaced for, God knows why? I mean, some Nigerians feel, he wants to also have, a share of the national cake. What's your thoughts regarding Bosun Tijani?
I think my thought is for everyone to understand the fact that every action actually has a consequence. In terms of capacity, in terms of skill, I think Bosun is needed for whatever agenda it is that the APC want to run. So, and this should be made very clear to people that whatever you do is actually either good or bad. Whatever you say is waiting for you on the other side. See, this is one discussion that I love so much because I was part of the 12 Nigerians, was it 12 or 32 Nigerians, who had the first training in social media law in 2011. And after this training, I discovered that Nigerians are yet to come to terms with how effectively they should use the social media. For example, the social media is actually a tool for change and of change. But again, it has made lies marketable and truth unbelievable. The test of your emotional intelligence is actually in the way you use the social media. Like I sit in boards of employment of at least 2-3 companies, and when they are engaging anyone, apart from the competence test and all of that, apart from your skill and ability, apart from your technical know-how and your capacity, one thing that tests an employer, whether you should be employed or not, is the measure of your emotional intelligence. And the best place to think or to measure that is about your posting on the social media. Now, the 21st century is no more of experience. It's more of emotional intelligence and innovation. So it has become exceedingly important for anyone who wants to go far in life to measure what they say. You know, while we were growing up, they say, there's something they say in Yoruba, they say, that means that whatever you say cannot be unsaid. So that now, the social media now has made it more succinct at this point in time for one to be extremely careful about what he says, how he engages his community. And that does not take away the fact that truth should always be told. But the subject here is not about how people measure your emotional intelligence. It's not about the truth you say. It is about how you say the truth you say. And when you're pushing out your truth on social media, you must put yourself in the stead of the other person and ask yourself a very simple question. Am I saying the truth in the best possible way? Because there's a subject of TAT in emotional intelligence. TAT is TACT. And a philosopher defined it as the ability to step on people's toe without staining their shoes. Another says that that is actually ability to make your point without making an enemy. So I think beyond what it is that I have said, I think all of us must learn that our truth is not just our truth, except it has been spoken rightly.
All right. So, still talking about emotional intelligence, like you mentioned earlier. So, would we say that Bosun Tijani wasn't, what he tweeted in 2019 was, it wasn't emotionally intelligent enough, or it was just a moment of weakness, for Bosun? Or what do you think? Do you think there's any misconception regarding that post? But don't forget that, he also, he has had some series of posts regarding senators where he called them morons. Would you also say he's not emotional intelligent enough?
The fact is that how do you measure people's emotional intelligence? It is in their ability to curb outbursts. That is how to measure it. Your ability. We move every day,
right,
to see people offend us. You see, let me tell you a very funny story of what I did, and somebody engaged me in it. When I moved to Lagos, I discovered that I became a bit intolerant. That is not my nature. And when people yell at me, I went down to yell at them. But it got to a point that I had to redefine myself. That no, anybody that wants to go far must actually not respond to every outburst. You know what I did to actually calm myself and reset my brain? I removed the honey system in all my vehicles. And that for 3 months, that taught me some lessons of patience. So, in other words, if you are in my front and you are delaying me, I cannot hoot at you because the systems have already been disengaged.
Right.
So, anyone who responds to every outburst, or anyone who yell at every point in time under the guise of a momentary weakness needs to check his emotional intelligence. Now, the social media has taken it a bit further. It is not a place where, and I am not talking to everybody this morning, I am talking to people who want to get to the greatest height of life. I am talking to people who actually believe that they are going places. I'm talking about people who want to embrace greatness. And these are the few set of people I really would like to advise from my own point of experience, exposure, and education, that the social media is it comes with a wrong impression that anything can be said without repercussion. And it's a lie. Whatever you say, there's always a repercussion. See, a musician talk about this young lady called DJ Copy.
Right.
And he just went on the internet to type whatever it is that because he was a celebrity. But 2 or 3 weeks later, he was prostrating across the communities, begging people to come and pay when a 50 billion lawsuit was actually filed against him. Before then, he will have told you, the same musician will have told you that I'm a celebrity. Anything can be said without repercussion. That is the false impression that the internet brings. But now, it is becoming more glaring that government can also charge you to court for saying what is not. If you talk what is not about people, they can take you to court and slam you with lawsuit. So we are coming to the reality that this impression that anything can be said on the internet without repercussion is actually false, and it is playing out in our eye. And all of us must know that the best way to vent is actually to perhaps see the person, pick your call, or you call the person, rather than going on the internet to market our general stupidity or lack of information or knowledge.
All right, thank you so much for that one, Dr. Ojo. But I mean, I asked a question earlier. Would you say, because some people are of the opinion that there is a potential misconception or misinterpretation from Bosun Tijani's 2019 post, the tweet? Would you say there is a misinterpretation or a misconception? Because, it was just like you said, it was venting out, what he felt was wrong about, the passport, the Chinese embassy. Would you think that, yes, probably there was no structure in what he was saying, but don't you think there is a misinterpretation in that tweet?
Internet, the social media is not the best place to vent your anger. In fact, I see it as place for one to market what is right about him and his community than a place to vent anger. And this thing I'm saying, it's general. You could just go all the way out now and check what I've posted over the years. And you see, all of us in one way or the other have been frustrated. But the best way is to actually market what is good about us and not an opportunity to vent an anger, especially, you know, there are some people whose calling is to see the wrong and to talk about it.
Right.
Especially when you think that tomorrow you will come begging to the same set of people that you are abusing today. So if you know, for example, if they gave you an appointment and you felt that you could not work with these people owing to your personal conviction, all of this will not come out.
Right.
You have turn down the appointment and concentrate on your life. But if you have the possibility, or you think at the back of your mind that somehow you may also come to work with the same set of people that you criticize either right or wrong, then I think such people must use their tongue to count their teeth.
All right. You can join us via our Facebook page. We're live on Facebook at Smash 88.1 FM. Go there, drop your thoughts regarding the Bosun Tijani saga we're talking about right here on Smash Lens. Or you can call us in on 0814 155 9511 or 09048 881 881 0814 155 9511 or 09048 881 881. Dr. We're going to talk about the lessons learned from this whole social media issue. But recall that while a lot of us were waiting for the ministerial list, the president hinted us that on the list are people from different walks of life, including past governors, technocrats. Now, Bosun Tijani happened to be the CEO of a leading Pan-African IT hub. Do you think his loyalty to a particular party or administration shouldn't be the bone of contention, but what he brings to the table in terms of competence? Because some people are of the belief that probably because he's not is disloyal to a particular administration and party, that's why they are raising this the issue of the tweet up.
You see, everything that we are going to say today adds nothing to the decision of the president. The executive system that we run today empowers the president to decide on the number of people that will be part of him in the executive. He may look beyond whatever it is that we are calling a mistake today and still picking. But again, we are trying to draw the lesson. I know he's a fantastic person when it comes to skill and ability to do business, entrepreneurship, and all of that. But it's also part of leadership. You see, your ability to think about tomorrow before you talk today is also part of leadership. Right. And from what he said on the floor of the Senate, I know he too has learned his lessons. I think he apologized about it.
Yes.
And if you ask me, nobody is above mistake. If you ask me, honestly, I think the merit of the skill he carries actually outweighs this mistake that he has committed. But it is very, very important for every one of us to learn from it that if you think you have a solution to a problem, you should be talking the solution, not always talking about the problem.
But then, talking about the solution, I mean, a lot of people have felt that the social media is a place to, when you say some certain things, a lot of people are watching. They want to, make corrections. A lot of people run to social media to say some things. We've seen social media, help in some particular ways. I mean, for him to come out to talk about that particular thing where he tweeted that on Twitter, I mean, won't you say that it was a way to put those people in check?
The thing is, hey, I need us to be very clear on the issue of this communication.
Okay.
It is how something is said than what it is said, or than what is said. And I think it's very, very clear for us. You can make your point without making enemies.
Okay.
I don't need to call anybody a moron, for example, before I tell them they are inefficient.
All right.
I don't know you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
So I think it is more about how I am not saying, see, I have criticized government, and it's almost a full-time job for me to criticize government. I've told government what is wrong. I have told some government what can be done better. But in all my criticism, there are three things I consider. Number one, will it force government to want to listen to me as a reasonable person? Because if I start my statement with all these morons in government, for example, they will not be able to listen to me. And I've also not portrayed myself as a trained Nigerian person. Because Africa is the moral base of the world. If morality fails across the world, they have to revert back to Africa. And in the midst of our morality is the lesson that how you say things, even when you are offended, is more important than what you say. I think all of us were taught all of this. In fact, there's this concept in communication called paralanguage, which our parents used to employ those years.
Right.
If they say go, you know you dare not go,
Right,
but they're
right.
telling you to go. But how the go was said is telling you that your parents is actually telling you to stay here.
Exactly.
So it carries a lot of power. How things are said carries a lot of power than what is said. So I think the intention, the emphasis for me is not whether you say your government is failing. It's a current reality. Over 200 million people. Electricity generation is less than 10,000. Electricity generation is less than 5,000 megawatt. There are always issues about how to engage government. As we speak now, it is taking them forever to fix the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. These are some of the issues. The removal of petroleum subsidy is putting families under pressure. These are issues that you can always engage government on. But for me to be taken seriously, I must pay attention to how I engage them, to how I say what I say, rather than going to the marketplace and dancing naked because the government is wrong, going to the marketplace to dance naked because I want to be heard. No, frustration is almost a general dose in the Nigerian system, but it has made us even stronger than the rest of the world. And within the frustration is the possibilities that all of us must continue to see and to continue to talk about.
Okay. All right. So quickly, let's talk about Miriam Shetty's nomination withdrawal. What do you think? Because we've not heard anything regarding that issue. What do you think exactly is the cause?
Me, I have heard though. Maybe you have not heard. The reality is that I think it's also connected with the social media. And yes, it was connected to the social media because I was meant to believe that there were some postings that she had also done in the past.
Right.
That you understand that came to public knowledge, and there was, as a result of that, a camp in Kano actually protested that no, this kind of person cannot represent us. And according to this current chairman of APC, I think it was after then that the president even had to engage him. So his nomination didn't pass through the current APC chairman, who is perceived to be the APC leader. You understand the political game in Kano, the Kwankwaso influence and all of that. So it was after, I think, the outcry from a camp in Kano that the president had to consult Ganduje, and all of that happened. All of this is connected to social media postings. And I say it again, that the essence of the social media, and I think we should be very, very clear on this, it is to market your trade and make your effort and bring your effort to the limelight. All the herbalists in town have the social media picture of your family, but nobody has the picture of the business you do. We must understand that, see, there's this thing that happened in China. China, when they were doing the algorithm of TikTok, they designed it in a way that everything that will appear to China youth will be young people making exploit across the world.
Right.
Maybe young people that are winning laurels, young people that are doing well in the Olympics. But in the rest of the world, They allow you to see all the rubbish. So it is now left for you to choose, to the extent of your ability, what you want to get exposed to and what you want people to know you for. The community is not going to have, everybody in the community will not have access to getting you, to speaking to you, to knowing who you are. It is whatever you post that gives them an idea of your thinking pattern.
Right.
It is whatever you post that gives them the idea of your education. It is whatever you post that gives them an idea of your exposure. It is whatever you post that gives them an idea of what you can do and what you cannot take. So all of this coming together is sending a signal that the consequence of whatever it is that we put on the social media is becoming louder by the day.
Right.
Because our thinking before is that, oh, we just post it.
Exactly.
But like you open with, internet does not have the habit of forgetting.
Right. All right, thank you so much, Dotun on John. Yes, you're still listening to Smash Lens on Smash 88.1 FM. Like we said, we're live on Facebook, so you can go drop your comments regarding the Dotun, the Bosun Tijani's saga. Drop your comment on our Facebook page at Smash 88.1 FM. We'll go on a very short break now, and when we come back, we'll be opening the studio lines for you to call us in 0814 155 9511 or 09048881881. Stay with us.
We don't have to go to 360 degrees. Now it's time we go the 180. You don't have to climb the highest mountain, for all you're looking for is within you. Open the eyes of your mind, your ears and mouth as I sing my song. Open the eyes of your mind, your ears and mouth as you hear my words. Oh, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. I'll be waiting, I'll be home. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. I'll be waiting, I'll be. We still live in yesterday, many today the waste away, but nevertheless it's never late. Oh, see the times have changed. I thought you knew that these words will never ever wait for you. The world has gone past times of fighting. So drop your guns and your swords and let us live all as one. We all need love and understanding. So drop your guns and your swords and let us live all as one. Oh, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. I'll be waiting. Oh, I'll be.
Alright, you're welcome back to Smash Lens on Smash 88.1 FM 0814-155-9511 or 09048881881. If you're just joining us, yes, we've been talking about the Bosun Tijani's ministerial nominee, the grilling he had on Saturday by the senators, where they brought out the issue of his tweet he made in 2019 and much more. So, Doctor, moving forward, America's business tycoon icon Warren Buffett, said no sane man would willingly hire a snake that might turn around to bite him the next day, which was, the case of the former Senate President Ahmad Lawan and Festus Adedayo in 2019, if you remember, where his dream of becoming SA to the Senate President was, kind of shattered due to his writings, his article against, Tinubu, who was the APC national leader at the time. Now, do you think the senator who raised this issue of the tweet was scared of possible betrayal from Bosun?
I think let's begin from the issue of Dr. Adedayo.
Okay.
What was so funny to me was the fact that he went and deleted all the tweets, all the available criticism and all of that.
Yeah.
And that to me does actually, for me, that was even the major issue for me. It was not just whether you said something in the past. When it now became clear that whatever it is that you said was going to stand against you, you now went back to delete it.
Right.
It meant that most of our outcry is actually done because we are not at the corridor of power. Majority of us will not be able to stand with whatever it is that we have said in time past. And it's so sad for me. It makes us look like something I would call like an hypocrite or something. Because if you said something because you are not at the corridor of power, and suddenly you are now having that opportunity to be, you now went back quickly to delete them. I think you should be. It makes you a honorable man if you are able to stand with whatever it is that you have said in the past. And if you honestly believe that those things were said in error, what makes a man is ability to accept his mistakes. You have to own up to it, which is what I think Bosun has done actually, in all fairness. So you cannot criticize a government or say that you do not believe in somebody or a government yesterday, and you suddenly come today to want to serve the government, or they will definitely be uproar. It's not even whether people are afraid that you will turn back to buy them. It's simply a logical thing to do. For us as human, if somebody speaks critically of us yesterday and suddenly is shouting hallelujah of us today, then we must ask the person question, not just because we do not believe that the person is loyal, but what has changed between the time that you shouted let's crucify Jesus and the time you are saying Hosanna to his holy name.
Okay, so would you now say that the ministerial list is good enough to bring much anticipated, hope to Nigerians?
It is the driver. It is not about it is the attitude of the president that determines the action of the ministers. For example, if the president says, I'm fighting crime, and before the FCC goes to arrest anybody, they are looking at what the AGF will say, and the AGF is looking at what the president will say. They will not fight crime. So it is not about, if you pick anybody in Nigeria, my 10-year-old daughter knows the solution to our problem. There's nobody today who doesn't know that the solution to fuel problem in Nigeria is to have our refineries working. Nobody. Everybody knows the solution of Nigeria. We just need a right attitude from the commander of chief to be able to push everybody. For example, if they know that this one does not really tolerate corruption, everybody will sit right. So I think it's more of, and that's why in my honest opinion, you bring a lot of people that you think can do well, and they get to the Nigeria system and they are crawling. It's because of the attitude of the commander-in-chief. So we are looking at the attitude, we are looking at the body language, we are looking at his statement, we are looking at his composure, we are looking at his demeanor, and we are looking at the direction of his policy. Then we will know whether the ministers will perform or not. For me, the combination is all right.
All right. So now let's look at the greater height of APC in general. Would you say that Ganduje has the capacity enough to take APC to their place of, destination?
APC is not going anywhere more than where they are. Where do you expect them to go? The reality is that major political parties, and I've also, I have a very rare privilege to have also run a political party. Major political parties in Nigeria will always run into crisis, no matter what you do, because of interest. Political interest, you can never satisfy it. And I think what APC wants is to retain power which they have done. They have the majority in the Senate. They have the majority in the House of Reps. They have the majority in terms of the number of governors. So I doubt whether they are going anywhere more than where they are. But the major challenge would be to unite all the units in the party. And I believe that with the president being the leader, they should be able.
All right, Dotun, I know I had to drag you to do this, show with me. But before I let you go, now, generally, how do you think we can effectively leverage social media platforms without, jeopardizing political ambitions or inadvertently causing any negative consequence moving forward?
I think the first thing is for everybody to understand that marketing is life.
Okay.
There's a direction of social media skit that I got exposed to lately, where somebody will put money on the floor, and they will be filming it, and they'll be looking for people who will pick the money.
Right.
At the end of the day, you will see that somebody will come and just pick up the money.
Right.
But the story they never got to tell you is that the number of people who didn't pick the money is actually more than the number of people that attempted to pick the money. But when you now upload that on the internet, it's a global village. You are painting your town and your country as a community of thieves without you knowing. So I think understanding and being deliberate, it's also about yourself. There are some things you tell about yourself that is painting you black. So I think the first thing is for us to continue to engage our community to understand the importance and the good of social media to the extent that they can use it effectively to market themselves, to market their community and market their country.
All right. Thank you so much, Dotun Ojo, for your contribution. Sadly, I have to let you go because you took our time to join me on the show this morning. But thank you so much for being a part of it. Yes, until tomorrow, Smash Lens will be on your airwaves again. Join Raf and Niso on another interesting time on radio right here on Smash 88.1 FM. My name is Adeboye Oluwafemi. Keep listening to Smash 88.1 FM.